6th grade, 7th grade, I remember like we got done with their basketball, and I just knew that I didn't like it. And at that time, we didn't have a junior high program, so I said I'm just gonna quit, and I'm just gonna go on this different path than everybody else. Parents looked at all the different tournaments, and that's what we decided we was gonna do, is we would go down and we would just wrestle. I didn't know a whole lot of moves, so I just watched everybody else, and I watched what they was doing, and I tried to study everybody, and I tried to learn from them. I've always been pretty natural at every sport I've ever done. Everything's come really natural to me, and wrestling's the only thing that never come natural. No matter what body type you got, it doesn't matter how strong you are, it doesn't matter how anything is. And I remember that like first match that I had, I went out there, and I had like this like little pudgy kid, and I went out there and I was like, yeah, I got this. And I walked out there, and he just took it to me. Out of the tournament, I didn't even place. I was pretty upset. Underneath the stairs, and I just cried for a couple hours, and I was pretty upset. After my sophomore year, I went to Box Elder to wrestle with them. I did a lot of freestyle meets. I didn't want that like feeling ever again.
For Taylor's senior year, he's been working really hard over at Rulon Gardner's Elite Training Center. He's wrestled really hard. Strengths for Taylor is his feet. He's really good on. He's really good off the bottom. Really hard to hold down. He leads by example, not only in the room but out of the room as well. He might not be a really vocal leader, but the kids look around and they see how hard he's working and the things that he's doing to become a better wrestler, and I think
I really can't say that I don't like it, because I do love it. It's like one of my favorite things that I get to do. I know 2 or 3 moves that really well, and I don't go outside and I don't try to do like some huge thing. It's just like junior year, I wasn't as strong as a lot of kids, and that's one thing that really bothered me that I've really worked on this summer. I've done a lot of lifting, a lot of leg strength. It's called the Turk, and what I'll do is I'll lock my legs around their one leg, and I'll thrust my hips forward, and it'll suck the wind out of them. They can't do nothing about it, and then makes them squeal on the mat. I'll take this bone right here, and I'll just flip it across their face. They just go straight their back. Steven's really good. He's worked really hard. Steven pushes me.
He's said that he wants to be first at several of the tournaments around. His chances of achieving those are very good. Anybody who wants to come watch him wrestle comes to our home meets. You can see the kind of intensity, and the thing we need to do to get him there is just condition him and have him ready to wrestle those matches, those big matches.
4 goals, and my first one's to go undefeated. I'm going to go undefeated. My second goal is I'm going to win the Evanston tournament. My third goal is I'm going to win the Richardson tournament. And my 4th goal is I'm going to win region divisionals and state. The Haramoto brothers, they've worked really hard this year. We had both the Stephen Christensen and Tanner Christensen worked really hard this year. Max Burnside, you might see some things happen from him. We still need some more people to step up, but we're ranked pretty high up there in state this year. I think that we could give Delta a run for their money. Wrestling season is a really long sport, and it's 3 months long, and it burns you out. That's the biggest thing. It's not a physical thing; it's a mental thing. I've wrestled with Rulon. He just whooped me. Rulon, I'm always looking how to beat Rulon, and I don't even know that I don't really put up much of a challenge to him. I don't put him above me, and I'm always looking how to improve or be better. I have not really looked into wrestling a whole lot. A lot of people have asked me if I'm going to wrestle after high school, but I don't think I've watched the wrestlers, the college wrestlers, and those guys go through hell. After I go on my mission, I think I'll try to keep my options open. I wouldn't say it's so much just wrestling, but I don't care if you want to be good at anything, that you have got to know that game. I remember the Twilla kid, and I was down by 4 or 5 points, and I hurry and hit this grabbed me and head threw him right to his back, and I hurried and pinned him at the very end. That was one of the coolest matches, and he'd lost one match that whole year. Mountain Crest wrestled the Schwab kid. He took second at state, and it was just a grind, and I just finally broke him right at the very end to beat him by 2 or 3 points. Had a Rock Springs kid. He was huge. And where I was a little 52-pounder, that was pretty cool. I was just little and small, and he just that big old bulky guy, just huge, and it come down and he was beating me by 2 points, and there was 15 seconds left. Ref blew his whistle, and I hit him down on his head, and he fell down, and he come up, and I just hit him straight to his back, and everybody went nuts, and I just remember raising my hands. I was just all excited.
What are you going to do this year?
I'm going to be the first person up on that wall in that wrestling room. My name's going to be up there.
State champion,
I'll be
baby.
state champ.